What's going on, everyone? I'm Daniel Rodriguez. It's time to review another movie. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Star Trek from 2009, of course, directed by J.J. Abrams. It stars Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Anton Yelchin, John Cho, Simon Pegg, Zoe Saldana. I mean, it's a great cast. Carl Urban himself. Amazing, beautiful cast. Very talented director. So this is my spoiler review because the movie's been out for like 7 years. If you haven't seen the film, short little non-spoiler review. It's fun. It's awesome. A lot of awesome moments. A lot of cool moments. You don't need to be a Trekkie to see this film. Don't be scared. You know, oh, Star Wars or Star Trek. Which one's better? You don't have to be in it. Just watch it. It's fun. Trust me. You'll love it. Eric Bana's the villain. He's crazy. He's not the biggest crazy guy, but he is something of a villain. So that's my non-spoiler review. Now on to the spoiler review. Thanks for joining me again. Also, you can check out my Star Trek Into Darkness review, which is right after this one, and then Beyond is already up on the channel. So here we go. Here's my non-spoiler review for Star Trek. So a part of this film, of course, shows the origins of Kirk and his father, and it shows, you know, young Spock. First off, I have to say I've seen the Star Trek film around 3 times. I just recently saw it again 2 days ago, getting prepared for Star Trek Beyond. And I have to say, while I'm not watching it on Blu-ray, I'm watching it on DVD, and I'm watching it on my TV, and it looks like it's zoomed in, and I can't read all the subtitles because of the format of the DVD. And of course I bought the Blockbuster version of it. It's not the best looking film because, you know, it's not Blu-ray or anything, but I could tell, man, right from there that the effects are beautiful. Especially when the Vulcan world is getting eaten up and just the effects of that, man, like, it's crazy. It's a very, very beautiful film. I gotta give props to the makeup department because even though I knew Eric Bana was the villain in this film, I look at him and it doesn't look like Eric Bana. I like how he's not a straight up, you know, in-your-face villain. He's kind of like, oh, well, hi there, Captain. My name is Nero. You also gotta love the music in here. You know, the Star Trek theme. Da 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 da. I mean, it's just a beautiful film. I just want to hear Jeff Goldblum sitting down and be like, oh no, you know, I just want to hear him sing that theme. One of the best things and most important things about Star Trek is not just the Enterprise herself, it's the characters within it. And, you know, since it's the first time they were all together, you know, the chemistry's not all there. Like, there is chemistry, but it's not like, you know, as good as Into Darkness or Beyond where they're, you know, the actors are, you know, surrounded by them for long. The chemistry was okay. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It was good for what it was. Like I said, I enjoyed seeing the origins, you know, Spock as a kid, and then just the opening itself was one of the best openings ever of the past decade for a film, even in a sci-fi film, is when Chris Hemsworth is the father. He's George Kirk, and I literally, and I cry every time I see it. I think you could replay it over and over and over again, and I'll probably just drench in tears. It is a beautiful, not beautiful, it's a very saddened opening, and it's freaking crazy on how they did that, and you just cry instantly in the moment. Now, of course, of me being honest, Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek Beyond and this Star Trek, the action for these 3 films, and we're mostly talking about this one, the action is good. It's not great. It's not amazing. It's not out of this world sort of action. It's, you know, usually people blastering at Kirk and Spock and they're not even hitting them, and you know what I mean? It's simple action like that. But the action was entertaining. It's still watchable, still fun. It ain't the greatest thing in this world, but there are a few action scenes I love out of Star Trek films, out of the J.J. Abrams and Justin Lin, the new one. But you know, the action here is good. One of the greatest things about this film is Leonard Nimoy is in here as Ambassador Spock, and I think one of the first lines he says in here, of course, he's like, I might get this wrong, of course, but he's like, I shall and always will be your friend. And, oh God, I love it so much. I really wish at the end of the film, I don't know if it was Into Darkness or was it in Star Trek 1? I think it was in Star Trek 1, where Spock finally sees himself at Spock to Spock, and he's like, all I can say is, good luck. I really wish he would have said, long live and prosper, you know. I really wish that would have happened that way. Carl Urban plays Bones, and damn it, I love him so much in this film, and even in Into Darkness and beyond. Just how he always follows Kirk, and he's like, damn it, Kirk, let me read you. He's a fun guy, very fun character. I really love him a lot. And definitely the way he improvised that scene where he was like, oh, my ex-wife, divorced me, have the planet now. All I got left is my bones. Now, I do like Kirk as this James Kirk, Jim, Tiberius Kirk. I do like him as Captain Kirk, but the only thing I don't like, which they fixed it in Beyond, and I know this is a little snooze, I know you're like, really, dude, this is the only reason you don't like Chris Pine about it. The only thing I don't like about Chris Pine within this and Into Darkness, but mostly this, is his hair, just the haircut, and like he has too much of a baby face where he walks in and he has his yellow shirt, and he's like, alright, Mr. Sulu, let's get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, he does that walk. And, like, when he walks in, and you feel like he's a 15-year-old walking in the room being like, alright, USS Enterprise, let's go, and, of course, it's, a young version of Kirk, it's very different, but still. And there are a few amazing shots in here, like when Nero, he's fighting at the end, and he jumps from one balcony to the other, and he's like, oh, and, like, his cape is flying, or his robe. Like I said, the characters are really good in here. I love each and every interpretation of a character. Of course, Sulu, John Cho, is fantastic in here. And most of the big action set pieces in the... we didn't get to go to many environments in this film, actually, but I wish we explored a little bit more of environments. Now, for the cons, like I said, some of the action wasn't, it's good action, it's not great, I kind of wish it was a little bit more better. I'm not expecting, like with Star Wars and Star Trek, I do enjoy Star Trek a little bit more than Star Wars, but then I love Star Wars a little bit more than Star Trek. It's a little both, it's kind of both in hand, really. I played the Star Trek game that was on PS3, and I love that game. Like, I should probably buy it again. It was a fun-ass game, dude. Like, I literally played that game within a few days, and I beat it, and I wanted to play it again. Star Trek on PS3 is a really fun game. Anyway, lens flares, and I know everyone complains about lens flares. Why are you complaining? Well, I'm complaining. I don't like the lens flares. That's the one thing about J.J. Abrams. Like, I understand a few lens flares, but every single action scene, like, just lens flares, and it's blinding me. And last but not least, the one thing that always got me with this film is the third act. It always tends to lose me at times, right? When, Spock and them are flying in the air and it's exploding and it's a fast-paced action scene, and, the action kind of moves too quick where sometimes you can't really tell what's going on in an action scene. It's kind of like boom, 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 and then it's still for a little bit, and then boom, 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 boom. Like, it moves too quick within the third act, just a little bit too much. But overall, man, I really did think it was very, very fun. It's great at times. Don't get me wrong. This is the thing with Star Trek, and I'm going to repeat myself with an Into Darkness review and Beyond review. But Star Trek 2009, I don't love the film to death, but there is a chunk of the film that I love, and then the rest is okay. In Into Darkness, there's a chunk of the film that I love, and everything else is okay. And then in Beyond, there's a big chunk of stuff I really do love, and then everything else is just good or okay. That's the thing with these Star Trek films. Like, they're not the amazing stuff. It's a fun experience, yeah, it is. And I definitely, the Star Trek, many people, like, some people refuse to see the original series, which the original series, I haven't seen all the episodes, but I watch on Netflix. It is a fun series. Boring at times, yes, but it's the journey and the exploration that counts, really. But overall, man, this film will get, if you're young and you haven't seen this film, please do. Please give it a chance. Give this a very big chance. So overall, I'm going to end up giving Star Trek 2009, directed by J.J. Abrams, an 8 out of a 10. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed, you could comment down below, tell me what you guys thought about this Star Trek. And, yeah, J.J. Abrams did an awesome job with it for sure, except those lens flares. Stop it, sir. At least you didn't do that many lens flares in The Force Awakens. If you enjoyed the review, leave a like, share with your friends, and if you want to see more content, more movie reviews, you can check the channel and get notifications when I do all that sort of shit. If you hit that subscribe button. Until next time.